Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're going all in on a hero who continues to define control in hero wars, Alliance, Lian. The charming cat of the Dominion isn't just beautiful, she's absolutely brutal in the right hands. If you followed our Ultimate Lian guide, then you already know how to build her like a fortress. But now it's time to show you how to play her like a beast. These are 3 battle-tested tips to unlock her dominance and turn her into one of the most frustrating opponents your enemies will ever face. Let's do this. Tip 1. Don't be afraid to use Lian against high damage dealers. This might sound risky at first, after all, Lian stands on the backline and isn't meant to tank hits, right? But that's exactly where her brilliance begins. Lian isn't just a support mage. She is a control powerhouse designed to shut down enemy aggression. And guess what? The more aggressive your opponent, the more dangerous she becomes. Here's why: her first skill, Enchantment, puts the entire enemy team to sleep for 7 full seconds, unless they take damage. And her passive skill, Conciliation, charms any enemy who damages her for 4 seconds, no skill activation required. These mechanics aren't just for show, they completely flip momentum in your favor. When properly built with health, armor, and magic defense, Lian becomes a wall of mind control. Heroes like Kayla, Dante or even Yasmin, the ones who rely on burst or constant attacks, walk straight into her trap. Every time they land a hit, they get charmed and lose control. Every time she activates enchantment, they get put to sleep, helpless. She turns enemy pressure against them. So next time you see a heavy damage comp, don't back down. If you followed the right stat priorities we covered in our full guide, health skin first, then armor, magic defense, and toughness, you've got everything you need to turn Lian into a control queen. This is her zone. Tip 2. Don't send Lian to fight heavy stun teams, it shuts her down. Now let's flip the script. If you want to make Lian a true beast, you also have to know when not to use her. Her biggest vulnerability: stun-heavy compositions. In Hero Wars, Alliance, the real danger comes from heroes like Isaac, Polaris, Julius, and Judge. These heroes are packed with disruption, and their stuns can completely shut Lian down before she gets a chance to charm or sleep anyone. Here's the problem: Lian needs time to activate her control abilities. If she's stunned early, especially before her first ultimate or before Conciliation can trigger, she loses all impact. Her control is reactive and proactive, but not when she's locked down. So when facing stun comps, especially ones that include Isaac with his chain stun, Polaris with her stun combo, or Julius who can increase the damage on allies, it's smarter to bench Lian for a more resilient support. You don't want her charm going to waste, just because she never got to use it. The key to mastering Lian isn't just playing her into good matchups, it's avoiding the ones that counter her. That battlefield awareness will take your win rate to another level. Tip 3. Pair Lian with durable tanks and strong team support. Now that we've covered when to use her and when to avoid her, let's look at how to make her shine in defense teams that let her dominate. Lian works best when she's free to do what she does best: control and disrupt without being interrupted. That means she needs a front line that holds strong and creates space. And that's where heroes like Julius and Rufus come in. Why these two? Because Julius offers insane physical defense and shield absorption, while Rufus absorbs all magic damage, even turning it into healing. When paired together, they form a defensive wall that blocks nearly all incoming damage types, giving Lian the breathing room to activate her crowd control again and again. But that's not all, you also want someone who keeps the team alive. Enter Aiden. His health, sharing and healing mechanics provide incredible sustain, especially when the enemy has burst or is trying to snipe your backline. And finally, if you want to finish the fight with flair, plug in a damage dealer who thrives under control. Heroes like Folio or Peach are excellent here. They can safely scale up and deal massive damage while Lian keeps the enemy in check. The synergy here is simple but powerful. Tanks that absorb damage. Support that sustains the team. A control who shuts down aggression. And a damage dealer who cleans up the rest. You don't need complicated mechanics. Just let Lian do her job uninterrupted, and she'll dominate any battle. And there you have it, Guardians. When used correctly, Lian becomes a control nightmare for your enemies. Don't be afraid to bring her into tough fights, just make sure you give her the right frontline, avoid stun-heavy matchups, and build her with the survivability she needs to unleash her charm. Have you had success using Lian in arena or guild wars? What are your best moments with her? Drop it in the comments below. We want to hear from our Olympus family. And as always, if you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more exclusive strategies right here on Olympus Alliance. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.